И всем привет, ребята, вы на канале Amelgal стрим. Сегодня мы продолжаем прохождение по игре GreedFall. Как я помню, мы остановились на том, что наш кузен на острове... Ой. Сори за громкий звук в самом начале стрима. Половину. Так, все поднастроил сейчас. Вот так, хоп. Мы продолжаем. Так, нажимаем продолжить. В общем, основное в том, что наш кузен заболел малихорой. Самая болезнь, которую никто не знает, как вылечить. Мы сходили к шаману, по-моему, в деревне, который пришел нам помочь. Точнее, которому мы сначала помогли, чтобы он пошел с нами помочь нашему кузену. Но оказалось, что он тоже не знает, как помочь, как ему помочь, что для него сделать. Ну, типа, мы продолжаем пытаться найти, держаться. Надо. Так, надо встретиться и поговорить. Ну, с ним, да, поговорим. С ним потом надо встретиться с советом.
Greetings, Katasak.
Bertirtumat, what can I do for you?
Так, нам нужны краски.
How is my cousin doing?
He's filled with dread as death approaches. Forgive him his mood swings. He's such a young boy, and he had so much desire to live. Thanks to my treatment, he suffers less, but his disease is getting worse, and I don't know what to do. It would take a power far superior to mine to break the grasp of this evil.
I'm looking to meet Enon Milfrictiman. I went all the way to the village council.
But they did not let you speak to Glendan the Elder.
Precisely. They said that only the friends of a member of the council might enter.
This seal will allow you to give voice to the friends of your clan, those who may speak in your name. Here, friend of Wenxavier, take my seal and go and meet Glendan. But you must convince him and no doubt pass many trials. Many monsters and traps are hidden on the path you seek.
Thank you, Katasak.
I do not wish to lose the one who placed his life in my hands. And you?
I hope that Glendan will allow you to meet this god, cousin. Leave us soon.
Have no fear. I'll do whatever it takes. I must go.
Wow.
Странно, что показывают сначала хотите под Глендон, а потом типа что-то побочное. Так, хоп, пошли сейчас переместимся, по-моему, быстренько сейчас. Как непривычно после Dark Souls. Сразу управление другое совершенно. Так, там где переместиться можно? По-моему, здесь спал, у нас наша резиденция есть. Тут уже переместиться быстро. Заходим, перемещаемся тут. Да. Уже почти прям близко к этому, к вулкану. Как она так красиво смотрится издалека в лесу. Это меня прям бесит. Ну потому что этих фанатиков по-любому из-за этого меня бесит. Так, не забывайте тратить получить талант. Ну хорошо, спасибо, что было.
You have returned. The rule is still the same.
Here is the seal of Donegad Katasak, of the village of Wenxavier.
And so you are a trusted friend of the great healer. He must see your true face and find it worthy. Enter. You are welcome.
Так, заходим. Что, есть один? Это совет? Весь совет? Один чувак, это весь совет.
I give you warm greetings, Glendan. I am Desardet, legate of the Congregation of Merchants.
Your merchant congregation sways me very slightly from my path. But you are a current of Katasak. His trust in you makes me stop and look at you. What brings you here?
I seek a remedy. My cousin and many other people on our island suffer from a terrible sickness. We think that Enon Milfrichteman can help us find a cure.
Really? And Katasach sent you to see me?
He told me that the only way to meet with your god was to come and see you. You would judge our worthiness.
Judge your intentions? Yes, that I can do. But even if I should do this, you would have many trials to pass. For the path you seek to follow has only been tread but a very few times, and you are the first Renaigse to set foot upon it. We must begin where everything begins. There is a trial. The trial of water. It will show us the reflection of your soul.
What must I do?
You must go to a cavern and tell me what you see on the seal you will find.
And I suppose this cavern is guarded.
That is true. But the simplest solution is not all. I hope you will prove that you understand the spirit of our... Go now. Show us your true face.
I must leave. Goodbye.
Qua William sake. Каменные советы. Прохождение. Квест какой-то, что ли? Чего есть там всякие сигуры, ничего. Я, конечно, не понял, здесь квест побочный прикольный, но они очень долгие. Слушай, на самом деле уже хочется закончить. Найти. И нам. Так, ну. Здесь нас вот эту штуку надо качать. Так, качаем. Заткнуть тень докачаем до конца. Так, пошлите.
You have spoken to Glendan as you wanted. What more can I do for you?
Ничем, я не ушел.
I was asked to pass the trial of water. What do you know about it?
I have never passed it. Only those who must reveal their soul walk this path. The high kings and queens. It is a tremendous honor given to you, Renaigse.
Do you have any advice to give me?
I only know that the trial can be passed in many ways, and your choice will reveal the one way is through strength, the other by ruse and heart. But I know no more than this. Anything else?
Nothing else, thank you.
Good luck.
Короче, есть три варианта. Типа, либо ты какой-то вовкач, либо сивач, либо типа маг. Не показывает, да? И 5 уже. Пошлите. Идем испытание. А, это та самая пещера, да, я просто сюда смотрел. Может, найти можно как-то? Теперь можно. Дарт.
These beasts are feeding on this carcass. If we manage to pour some sleeping potion.
Что полить, блядь, я прослушал. Что там полить-то? О, типа в кусте можно спрятаться, да, по идее? Пока не видно. Еще посмотрим. Пройти можно. Просто смочить неинтересно в этой игре. Нужно получить
Well done.
Так, они типа, мы типа подсыпали этот зелье сна, они считают усыпились, и мы пошли просто спокойно. Прикольно сделано. Вот типа они поели, считают, ну, зелье. Пойти в пещеру для испытания. То есть это было еще не испытание? Можно было так не делать? Ага, здесь
This wood is full of beasts that the natives call dorsitats. They seem to be resting. Perhaps we can pass without waking them if we move silently.
Возможно, получше. Ну, точно. Можно было пройти прямо под ним, типа, если это логичность. Или можно было здесь пройти, где я прошел, что ли. Это все как бы типа разные испытания проходят, я так понимаю. Либо мы проходим неправильно, поэтому мы будем испытать. Но, в принципе, все время разные просто. Здесь не так.
Another one of those monstrosities.
Hey, are you still with us? You have that same empty look, just like when you spoke to that tree.
I had a new vision, yes. And I suppose that it was the key to a new ritual.
We're listening. In that cavern with the trial that awaits us, we should leave nothing to chance.
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind. And it was a cold feeling. I was high up and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me, and suddenly I bounced on the ground. And I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated. And I was suddenly with you again.
Так. Где рисунки? Вот. Можете убить, можете где? Полетело.
This stone bears the image of a storm, or perhaps the wind. On this stone, the sun is visible. The drawing on this stone makes me think of fire. I'm certain this drawing looks like an infant. Could it represent life? Here, this looks like a snowflake. Snow or maybe ice. This stone is adorned with the etching of a drop of water. This stone is blackened, eaten away. I think it is supposed to evoke death. This stone bears the image of a storm, or perhaps the wind.
Could you remind us of what you saw, in the exact order?
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind, and it was a cold feeling. I was high up and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me, and suddenly I bounced on the ground, and I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated, and I was suddenly with you again.
Could you remind us of what you saw, in the exact order?
I was in the sky. I was floating, carried by the wind, and it was a cold feeling. I was high up and it was getting colder and colder. I felt my blood freezing in my veins. I fell to the ground and spun slowly. And then the sun warmed me, and suddenly I bounced on the ground, and I was taken by the bubbling current of this creek. Then, just like before, the vision dissipated, and I was suddenly with you again.
Дальше что?
Greenblood, my friend. Glad to see you. I'd like to talk to you about
Что тебе
something.
опять надо? Блин, ты не видишь, что
I'm
я делаю?
listening.
Remember that note we found in Rolf's office?
Это
Of
ничего
course.
себе.
The one that said the recruits had been sent to different governors.
Yes. It was signed with a name I'm familiar with. Herman. He was the one who founded the camp we closed. And believe me, he has done it. I'm gonna find him and make him pay for what he's done.
Another time, all right?
Anything else?
You told me that you enlisted at a...
Some?
Why don't you tell me about your...
There isn't much to tell. It was pretty soppy.
story.
Like, you know what I mean. I think I remember you making eyes at some dandy not so...
Oh, Kurt, how can you be so naive? I was only looking at that young idiot.
Please, you were but a child. You were... Anything else?
I must leave you.
Окей, ладно. Так. Чё все? Опять пропал, он не пропал. Надо что-то зажать еще, значит? А, нельзя уже зажать больше. Я не понял смысл под этого. А, типа
I need a bit
залезть.
of practice.
То есть можно было залезть. А ты зачем это делал? Я не понял. Смысл вот это зажглись? Какой смысл? Ладно. У нас не тролль тогда? Я куда топаю? Я не понял. То есть мы разгадали эту штуку. Вот типа идти дальше. Что надо нажать? Чтобы заключено. И как бы надо наверх туда пройти. Как это сделать? Ладно. Понятно. Ну что, убивать его что делать? Он не открывается. Надо говорить. То, что мы этот ритуал сделали, поэтому прошли, смогли найти все понял. Типа он...
This must be the seal that Glendan spoke about. It looks like the silhouette of the mountain of Tir Fredi, and a face is drawn within it.
Это лицо. Я вот сейчас кратко думал, как мы отсюда выйдем. Понял, как мы выйдем. Просто выкинем туда. То есть, типа, мы никого не убили, все зачем. Хотя, опять же, повезло, что у нас было вот зелье сна. В начале, потом мы не прошли, что ли. Потому что нас энергично скачивали.
Bertir to mad on Ormanawi. I congratulate you for passing the trial. Enter.
Чего вы все меня останавливаете, а? Нельзя просто не пройти.
And so you have returned. Can you tell me what the seal deep within the cavern brings into your mind?
A face in the mountain of Tir Fredi.
Then you have seen the true face of the island when looking into her waters. And the island has seen inside
Не
you.
очень хорошо.
You sent the beasts into a deep sleep. That was very clever. Another before you did the same. In choosing the path of silence, you avoided confronting the Dosantats. Finally, you have completed the ritual. And in so doing, the Guardian recognized you as a wise man. You choose to trust the way of rules and wisdom. It is a difficult path, but it carries generous fruits. The island has seen your intelligence and also your compassion. The friendship of Katasach towards you no longer surprises me.
Am I authorized to encounter Enonmil Frictiman now? To present him with my request?
If the High King agrees, yes. We shall not oppose that decision. Only a High King or High Queen is allowed to open the sanctuary. I warned you. Your voyage is far from over.
I suppose that I'm going to need to convince him as well. Where can I find him?
I do not know. And I believe that it may be another trial on your path to find the one you seek.
Is he hiding? Has he been captured?
He disappeared several months ago. Since then we have not heard from him. He was worried about the Renaigse. The last people to have seen him, I'm told, were the most important chiefs of the clans here at the council. There was Deirdre, Blatnid, Ulan, and Dunkas.
I fear that the Queen Bladnid can no longer help us.
Yes, we have learned of her fate. Some battles cannot be won twice. Deirdre is the Mal of the clan of the Storm Warriors. You will find her in the village of Vedlug.
I have already met her. She sent me to confront a guardian.
That sounds like her. Ulan is the Mal of the village of Vignamri, near the coast. It is said that he welcomes the Renaigse. As for Dunkas, he leads the Vigigidor. He is the chief of the Earth Healers. His village is not very far from the Didekid and Nadages.
Very well. I will go and see them. Try to find this High King. Thank you, Glendan.
I hope that you will find him.
В принципе, это вроде не так уж просто по всем переместиться быстренько. Поэтому это будет быстро. Как мы его найдем быстро, то не важно. Будет фигово, если они себе скажут, что он в разных местах. Ладно, какой-то раз еще. Зачем мне говорить? Мне бы надо было найти этих вождей, тратим время, по сути, только идя. Это можно метки ставить даже. Если заблудился. Как можно заблудиться в таких картах, вообще не понятно. По карте ходить-то негде. Там не открытый мир, по идее. Хотя, по сути, все думали, будет, что открытый мир будет. Я бы очень хотел, если прям совершенно по-другому смотреть.
Lieutenant, I demand an explanation. Tell us what is going on. We haven't heard anything about Lord Dorsey's condition in spite of our inquiries. We are extremely worried. And then all of a sudden one of his guards appears, shaken and on his own, though he is part of his retinue.
Please, allow me the chance to shed some light, my lady.
Your soldier is nothing more than a coward for abandoning his highness.
Tell me, what is going on?
This soldier has just reported in. He is asking for reinforcements. He believes that Lord Dorsey has been attacked.
He believes? He ran here without full knowledge of what happened firsthand.
I was sent on patrol far from the camp, but I heard screams from men and from beasts. I wanted to return to camp, but then I heard a deafening sound, grinding like a landslide. I thought then it would be best just to go and get help.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You are dismissed. I would like to have a discussion with this man alone.
Yes.
My lady, could you lead these fine people into the hallway if you would be so kind?
Certainly. I deplore this embarrassing turn of events, but know that you have my full support in all circumstances.
In the interest of avoiding a general panic, tell me precisely what happened back there.
Your cousin ordered us to escort him beyond the town limits. The islander convinced him to go on some journey.
By islander, do you mean the Donegad that came to treat his affliction?
Yes, a strange bird. Missing more than one feather, you ask me, milady. I was ordered to set up patrol along a small path, rather far from the rest of the company. I was told to protect our perimeter from anyone wandering along. According to the islander, it was the only access to their planned destination. I did my rounds for quite some time. Not a soul came along. But then I heard cries a ways off, and I went running to help. I heard an enormous crashing sound like an avalanche of rocks. So then I turned right back around.
And you ran all the way here? Do you know precisely where the company was when you heard these sounds?
No, not precisely. I hadn't gone there. But I could show you where I was posted. The islander said they were following the path, but he was quite a ways ahead when I lost sight of them.
My cousin was quite weak. Do you know why he decided to follow the Donegad?
His Highness was feeling much better. The potions that he was drinking, I mean to show no disrespect to His Highness, but that islander had the high ground in the War of Wits. I wasn't privy to their counsel. I haven't the beginning of an explanation for the exit. Your cousin was all full of enthusiasm and ordered that we set out as quick as...
That sounds like him. What sort of mess has he gotten himself into again?
I am sorry, milady.
Why didn't you go and look for yourself? To see if they had been buried?
What? Alone? Well, what could I have done?
I'm still having trouble deciding if cowardice or intelligence got the best of you. But that's a question for your superior. Dismissed, soldier. Looks...
Thank you, milady.
Ты что такой бежал ко мне? Это мой этот Вацка, что ли? Прибежал такой. Из ниоткуда, блин. Так. Где тут ты хочешь проверить? Пусть три пути. Какие нафиг три пути? Что он показал ты? Ой, не то пошел. Точка здесь. В смысле? Варить? Я что-то даже не понял. Подписано с чего вообще? А, то есть и там принадлежали поиск. Давайте сейчас поговорим с ним, потом пойдем. Ничего с ним не случится, по сути. Так как это же скриптово. То скриптово, что значит, пока мы никуда не придем, ничего не случится. Так что все хорошо. Все будет хорошо. Тут мы сейчас быстро поболтаем, по всем сходим. Мы, по-моему, почти всем помогали, так что мы почти все нам помогут.
What do you seek?
I am in need of your help, Dedra.
You have done great deeds for the Senja Dananedas. I have not forgotten, so speak. I am listening.
I seek Vinbar, your High King. I know you were among those who last saw him. Do you know where he can be found?
The last time that I saw him, we were united in council at Dorhad Genedu. We needed to decide what to do about you, the Renoikse, and we could not come to an agreement. Ulan spoke about all we could supposedly learn from you and obtain from you. Donkas spoke of maintaining a balance so nothing would change, and of course Bloodnid and I spoke of battle. Vinbar remained unconvinced. He did not like you, but he feared the fighting would scar our island. He decided to go to the heart of the isle in order to hear the counsel of Enol Milfrichtiman. He told us that this retreat from the world would take time. And I have not seen him since.
He is still there?
No. That was a very long time ago. Speak to those close to him, in Wenshavar, in his village. Wherever he has chosen to disappear, he would have gone there first.
Thank you, Dedra.
Так, поговорить с близкими. То есть все, надо же по всем я доходить, по идее. пока мы типа узнали, куда он отправился, нужно говорить его в эту деревню его пойти. Там мы уже узнаем поподробнее. Сейчас узнаем, что. Мне кажется, он не вернулся по-любому. А, мы тут даже не были, нифига себе. Так, алтарь навыков, там алтарь навыков. Нужно забрать. Медведи спят. Его и не заметил еще. Он пошел наверх. А, блин, нет. Что, давай. Так, нормально, пошли сюда. Тут просто сундук типа. Кому не нужно. Шмотки вообще собирают тут кому здесь. Вообще ничего не дает. Просто продажа стоит дешево. И в принципе попадись даже ничего не открыть. Кто спокойно находится там. Так, видно ход сюда. Пошли. Алтарь нам плюс. Так, это нам... Всего прокачали полностью взрыв. Взрыв в тени. Даже правильно. Так, теперь у нас что осталось? Теперь переместиться. Так, слушай, теперь это в деревню его. Мы, получается, даже не были в его деревне вообще. То есть, по сути... Сразу, конечно, нажал отказывать с помощью. Без возможности большого. Такое нереально. Ой-ой-ой. Ой, тебя сбил. Здесь не очень удобно сделано, потому что с карты можно выйти спокойно. Ничего не вижу вообще. Капец, он не живучий. Это просто максимально сложно. Откуда почти убили, кстати. Сейчас, ребят. Мага вообще не хватает, мага очень быстро. Блин, вообще бить ты, блин, я нафига меч такую большую жирную давал, а? Я могу, он только меч здоровый дал, он фига не бьет его. Что, собираем наши пожитки. Собираем быстренько и погнали дальше. В деревню нашу. Все, ребята захиленные. Так, нам куда-то направо. У меня квест поменялся опять. Поставим квест обратно, потом пойдем за Константином. Кстати, лагерь. Эти штуки делать себе, по идее. Которые нужны, когда и надо. Я хорошо, что такие вот зелья сна. Читай, хопа, она нам пригодилась вообще. Ни с того ни с сего, я не забыл сделать ничего. Благоприятный, алкоголь с снотворным. Так вот. Кажется, это не... Сколько их там может человек? Собственно, деревня рядышком. Говорить с близкими верховного короля. Их искать их близких. знает, все же его знают. Если он корона еще знает всех. Мы воевали вот так, если
But dear Tumad, it is rare to see Renaikse here. Is there something I can do for you?
I'm looking for High King Vinbar. I know that he disappeared after having visited the heart of the island, but someone here in his village might know where he went after that.
If anyone knows, it would be Sarah. But you will not find her here. Anything else?
По-другому, то иначе смысл мы все приходили. Мы же не можем просто прийти, узнать и уйти. Нет, нам нужно прийти, помочь всем. И потом уйти, чтобы нам просто сказать, вот, попади налево, и все.
Would you know where I could find Sarah?
She left to follow Vimbar. She wanted the mountains to take her as well.
What do you mean?
I don't know if Renaikse could understand. Our High King is on Olmenawi and a Donegad. His bond with the mountain is very strong. Even stronger now that he speaks with the En-Olmil Frichtimen. Sarah knew that the mountain would take him back. And she wanted the mountain to take her as well. She went to attempt to bond herself to it. She sought the cavern of knowledge. We haven't seen her since. She might have succeeded. Anything else?
Thank you for your help.
Сидит там, по ней забраться не может. Так, это раз, да? Следующий бой, да. Да, вот здесь. Да, наверное. Там еще поговорим. Там где-то здесь? Да, вот здесь. Ой, будет чудо.
Бирд Тилтомад, он
реально раскраска лица такая злобная, чисто воины.
Hello. I'm sorry, but I do not speak your language.
Really? Then you are a Renaigse? I have never met one with the bond. Might I do something for you?
I am looking to find Vinbar, the High King of Tirfredi, and I was told he disappeared after visiting the heart of the island. But I was hoping someone here might know where he is hiding.
You should speak with Sarah. She is the companion of our king.
Where might I find her?
I do not know. She left the village and I have not seen her in several days. Anything else?
Goodbye.
Wow.
Кто еще там? Поговорил. Так, вот здесь немножко есть справа. Так, немножко это капелька. А, да, вот здесь надо его. Вижу, что его творяет. Наверное, места не хватит уже. Блин, ну здесь не с кем поговорить, опять же. Вот только что опустил шмана не нужно. Ты опять вопрос, зачем их надо? А чё их встретила? Да по-любому нас уже так, видишь, будем нечто. Даже, ну, с такой времени. Нет, должен иметь, чё. Я так и не понял, потому что мы что-то не договорили. Может, надо спросить мне, где находится этот ритуал. Пойдем спросим лучше. Вот этот, надо у которой тетка внизу стояла, она побольше шарит. Она больше всего рассказала, чем будет вверх.
Is there something I can do?
Where is this cavern of knowledge located?
I don't know. The caverns of knowledge are the concern. Anything else?
Thank you for your help.
знаю. Что такое супер странное. Туда-сюда, где-то непонятно.
Might I do something for you?
I heard talk about a cavern of knowledge.
It is a place where the Donegada go, within the earth. They hear the voices of those that went before them, and they learn. There are some on Tiafradi. The closest to our village is found to the northeast of here, but the entrance is sealed, hidden. It is a sacred place, a place for only the Donegada. Anything else?
Goodbye.
Идем какой-то квадр. Так, северо-восток. Опа, прям туда. Быстренько добежим. Подвиньте туда. Вот там все только, да? Вот это вот, да. Там наверх. Справа, налево. Так, я сейчас после лагеря налево, там направо и налево. Я большие толстые. Опа! Все, ребят, приехали. Ух, нифига, почти все убил. Все? Вы что не прикрывали меня? Дудаки были. Так, не налево. Налево, да? В принципе, выжили круги, как пол хп очень на экстремальной сложности втащил. Вот на экстремальной сложности у них просто повышается хп у врагов и силу ударит, потому что ничего. То есть просто надо подставляться. Все чуть новенькое. Ты их не видал. Ты меня не трогай. Ведь они пассивные стоят, просто делают. Пока мы их убиваем, они стоят, ничего не делают. Я таких еще не видал. Типа мы уже углубляемся в остров. Тут уже враги гонятся со мной. Ну, петухи остаются. Надо собирать обязательно. Очищенной руды вообще не хватает прям для этой прыгни. Сейчас здесь наберем хотя бы руды. Чё? Давай беги. Ой, еще и лагерь наш отлично проводит. То есть на этой карте мы все лагеря нашли.
Savage! What stops your tongue? You think someone's coming to save you? Give in! Your life is in our hands. It is time to tell us all you know. The sooner you speak, the sooner it will be over with.
We're not alone. We'd better be discreet if we want to keep the element of surprise.
Какой-то поры до времени пошли убивать их нахер, ублюдку.
She's been enduring this punishment for hours, blow upon blow through gritted teeth.
Truly savage beast we have here. Do we even know if it speaks our language?
Leave us.
You will eventually tell us how you found your way into that grotto. Your defiance is only prolonging the inevitable.
Они хотят в эту священную пещеру пройти.
You remind me of that rat my master was studying. The creature used all of its fire in an effort to escape. Scratching, twisting, refusing to understand that the cage holding it was its only remaining world. It had everything it could ever need, but it wouldn't stop looking for a way out. Even though its fate was now sealed to serve science. Its animal instinct drove it to flee. It had strangled itself between the bars of its own cage in a final futile attempt to escape. It was an enormous beast and very clever. If it had simply relented, it could have lived peacefully for many years. Instead of that,
Надо ее чпокнуть, отвечаю. Я помню, что это будет скандал какой-то. Мы же внизу были.
So this is how the Alliance treats the natives. No wonder they're revolting. We must intervene. If we act now, we'll certainly have to fight. But if we wait until nightfall, we should be able to set her free discreetly. It's your decision.
Почему пить? Да ну выйти на пролом. Чего эти жались?
Bit of poison on my blood. And let's go!
But I recognize this face. Lady de Sade, what a pleasure to see you again. What good wind brings you?
We've been looking for a woman. In fact, it's the one you have just been torturing. Can you explain to me what she has done to be treated this way?
believe me, we would never have reached such extremities if she had told us what we wanted. You see, we have been studying these beings that show, like you, such strange markings on their bodies. We call them metamorphs, but the natives call them onolmanawi. And we seek to learn through what process they metamorphosize. We heard talk of a cavern of knowledge. The savages hide all of their knowledge within them, and certainly all the secrets that interest us. We discovered one here, but are unable to enter. This woman, she knows how to enter, but as you have witnessed, she refuses to tell us how. To know we are so close to understanding such a fascinating phenomenon, and to be able to do nothing. Let's just say it has made us aggressive.
It's extremely regrettable. Free her. We would like to have a word with her.
She won't tell you anything. Let us handle this. She will give in at some point.
Have you already forgotten all that you owe me? Without me, you would all be locked away in Duren's jails, or likely even dead. I took you for sages, doctors. But you are nothing more than a gang of skin flayers. You have made me regret my actions.
It is true that we indeed owe you our lives, but all this knowledge, ripe for the picking.
No knowledge justifies treating anyone this way.
Free her now! We shall leave. Nothing more holds us here.
Что, они не ушли? Все сразу что оставили здесь. Он ее освободит.
How are you feeling?
Better now. Those Renaigse are absolute monsters. But who are you? You too are a Renaigse. Why have you freed me?
We were told at Wenshavar that you and you alone could tell us where to find High King Vinbar.
I wish I knew where he was right now. He bid me farewell weeks ago and he has not returned. I waited a long time and then I came here. To enter into the Cavern of Knowledge.
You believe that this is where he is hiding?
No. But he came here often before he disappeared. I'm hoping to find answers. You saved me. And so I must help you as well. You may come with me. The Cave of Knowledge is a bit further north.
Чего он улетел? Чудик побыл. Ну, лошара, вот стойте здесь. Где там? Вот он улетел, вот он еле идет, да? Пойдешь ли? Заповеди. А, он там прям сейчас, да, открыть. Сколько надо, блин, бегать, как туда-сюда прыгает. И получается, мимо прошли, что ли? Или нас тут не было? Не, мы тут не были. Это большой, не скопился. Ну давай, давай, быстрее, быстрее. И вот эти придурки, вот те, которые внизу, не могут найти сами, вот реально проход просто вот наверх поднялся, все, вот. Здесь нужен ритуал. Хотя очень быстро.
Here is the entrance to the cavern of knowledge. I hope that Vinbar has left a clue to where he went. Something I could track.
Is it your wish to join him?
He is my Manundanem. That means the one who shares my mind in your language. We must be reunited.
I understand. But why protect the entrance to the cavern at the risk of your own life?
The caverns of knowledge are truly sacred places. Only the Doneigada have the right to enter.
But you are not a Doneigad. Is that right?
I am not. But I must enter in spite of everything. And since you have helped me, you may enter as well. Even if I am not sure I can trust you. Because you spared these people. Remind yourself that this honor is immense and show respect. I implore you.
Put your fears to rest. We have not come to defile this sacred place. How do we enter?
Allow me. I have seen Vinbar make these movements so many times.
Посмотри, и все? А нам-то как? Ну, можно фонарик? Где у нас там фонарик? Кого-то на нулик. Оп! Фонарика он не нужен. Как что дальше? Здесь никого нету, это та же самая картина. Нет, там уже
Paint of this fresco is still fresh. It must have been painted recently. It's of a crowned man. Vinbar, no doubt. It looks as if he is walking through the skies towards the volcano. A face has been painted on the volcano.
The spirit of the mountain. My heart did not betray me. Vinbar has readied himself to join Enon Milfrichtemen.
Was that why you came in here? To confirm that supposition?
To understand, yes. As the years passed, my Minundanem grew more and more distant to me. I thought at first it was due to his status and the invasion of the Renaigse. But now I see that he was hearing the call of Enon Milfrichtemen. He had no choice but to answer it. Oh, Vinbar, why did you not share this with me?
То есть, типа, видимо, как хочешь сидеться в духе годы, но как мы знаем, что все умершие духи превращаются в этих самых зверей острова. Для нас просто. Подожди меня, чё?
These paintings are older. This looks like it represents a man who transforms himself into some kind of enormous bird.
He is a Doneigad, becoming a Nadaig Meneman. Vinbar was also bound to the mountain. It is no doubt the path he has chosen to follow.
If I understand correctly, the Doneigada metamorph differently according to the place they are bound.
Yes. The Sinolmenawi bind them to a specific place, and in return they become the Guardians. But how could a Guardian of the Plains resemble a Guardian of the Mountains?
Do you believe that Vinbar is readying himself to undergo this transformation? I thought it was a very slow process.
For some, it takes years. At least this is what is said. For others, it might take place the very moment where the Donegad surrenders to Enon Milfrichtemen. I hope only to have the time to bid him farewell.
Given how well hidden this seed was, it must open an important passage. All we have to do is find out which. This mural is also ancient. It seems to show a doorway into the mountain. It seems that this door is just in front of a circle of stone. There are 2 altars and 2 seeds.
The Donegada seal certain sacred places with root doors.
Yes, I have run into similar barriers. It's all a matter of finding the right seed. But here, there are 2 that seem to be different. For one, the flower motifs seem to indicate which plant is required.
This is possible. The caverns of knowledge are used to initiate and transmit the knowledge of the Donegada. This painting must teach the younger how to reach the sacred place where they will bind themselves.
In that case, shouldn't there be an illustration of the second plant?
The initiates also learn by listening to their masters.
То есть, типа, вторая серия должен был сказать кто-то другой, типа. Я не вижу здесь. Алтарь есть, 7 лежит и все. День там из этого семени. Потому что, видимо, вот эти 2 раска расходятся, типа, кто здесь.
On this one we see a sacred site with raised stones, and behind the face of the volcano, we also see a path that leads there, like some sort of schematic.
This must certainly be the path the young apprentices must walk, and the Donegada that are prepared to surrender themselves to Enon Milfrichtemen.
Do you recognize the place where the entrance can be found?
I think so. It looks like the grotto that lies to the northwest of our village.
With all that we have learned from studying these paintings, we should be able to find Vinbar. I just hope there is still enough of him left to answer us.
What do you hope to ask of him?
We hope that he will agree to take us into the sanctuary of Dorhad Genadu.
What do you hope to ask of him? Why would the Renaik say? It matter not. My head spins. I will wait for you outside.
Please, go ahead. We will join...
That woman left in a bit of a hurry, don't you think?
This door is locked. Sarah has put us in a very tricky situation.
This was predictable given her behavior. Now, let's look for another exit.
Видимо, сюда, да. И зачем она нас закрыла? Чтобы мы... Ну кто-то там наверху стоит, что за чувак, это наш придурок не спрыгнул. Я ж чуть не офигел. Само собой вниз там. Нет, мы пришли опять туда, где были. Здесь же мы не выйдем. По сути, я так понял. Зачем она закрывает? Как они там? Не, надо было назад, ничего себе. Я неправильно пошел. Реально выход. И там проход, короче, на проходу никого не видел. Последний картин. Балбес. Просто мимо картину. Сейчас потом какой-нибудь живот, короче. Чтобы мы так просто не вышли. Нас можно задержать, конечно. Кто здесь? О, нет. Красиво такая. Пещера здесь очень красиво. Лекнуть можно. Найти проход. здесь, там куда нужно? Да. И подход гора. Пошли вниз, искать подход гора. Это тот же самый, где я говорил, что это спуск странный. И там камень, кстати,
These traps weren't here when we went through with Sarah earlier. Let's hurry and find this passage to the northern mountain before she decides to come and fight us directly.
Я даже ловушки-то не увидел, я просто пробежал. Почти главное наступил. Все, лучше. Чего так нас? Он хочет остановить нас. Так, нам сюда, потом вниз, сам Я не помню, чем она хочет нас убить. Видимо, не хочешь, чтобы мы встретились с ее лучшими. Либо не верит нам. Думаю, что мы, может, хотим его убить. Мы как бы вроде помогли ей. Я просто думал, они еще не резались. Не резались, что там почему-то резались. Да, хотя, по сути, вот это взяли как бы раньше, чем ту наверху. Сам что не такая резают по-разному. Видимо, каждый рисунок имеет свое время. Это просто есть место со скотом, какая-то кино, по-моему, я сказал, вот там где-то умирает, короче, а мы тут бегаем. Какого-то вождя. Причем не своего вождя. Так, сюда топай, да, сюда. Все, по стеночке, первый поворот направо. Где тут поворот? Вот это получается, да? Сюда и направо. Тут явно должен быть. Чувак много есть, да? Блин. Вот это вот фигишка какая-то жесть. А можно мне вот... О, поворачивают еще, ты чё? Какой повернул, он же не загнался. Да кто? Забирай его. Ну, пригодится. Так, сюда. Правильно только. Ладно, уже по сути вообще не хватает. Так, а вот и подход. С товарищем пытались залезть на скалу, и тут на нас напало одно из этих крылатых существ. Огромный меч, и оно и другую веревку, на которой висел мой товарищ. Для оружия я мог крушить эту тварь. Сильно смотреть.
This is the place which was depicted on the mural in the Cave of Knowledge. In fact, Vinbar visibly went through this passage not long ago.
Чем они лезли наверх, если можно было войти внутрь? Что, пещера? Нет. Я аж обоссался. Что-то так это просто громкий звук такой. Это что, щит просветленного? Физическую броню, а? Качать. Что есть? То есть тут все для щита, да, как? Зачем? Давайте меч качать. Разрушительный пин. Так, а что, ничего там появилось? Ничего нет. Так, тут видимо какой-то босс сейчас будет. А где очищенный рук, да? Не знаю, из сырой можно делать очищенный рук? Не нашел. Так, нам туда. Можно в центр пройти? Ну зачем? Давайте пройдем, посмотрим, может там что-то лежит. Где такой? Ага, вон тут что-то лежит. Именно зелье ловкости. Да. Так, пошлите мочить внутрь. Ходить. Ну и там уже мочить. Блин, господи. Кто плюнул? Лучше меня отпускать. А где у нас второй чувак? У нас не хватает вас. Где этот вас? Остался, что я остался? Он в чапке стоит. Где? Мотива. А, это пункта не было. Вас же как раз пиратская шляпа. Золотистая. Ладно. Секреточка, ребята. Так, я думаю, что под фонтаном что-то есть. Это все? Это все? Это секретки в этой игре? Да, разработчикам так это... Так и хочется искать секретки, прямо вот это. Жесть, как хочется секретки искать. Просто обалдеть. Такой там лутецкий ножом, который в каждом городе лежит просто пачками. Это ну прям очень тупо. Уж позже или ничего не будет, ты не можешь залезть. Такая же шляга лежит просто. Что открывать как-то. Ну, хапить что-то хочешь. Сейчас узнаем. Самый сильный. Ну, почти, прям чуть-чуть не хватило, чтобы не спалиться, блин. Перед мордой сильно близко прошел, надо было немножко левее взять, наверное. Он бы даже не почувствовал, считай, а так он что-то почувствовал. И... Блин, а было так близко. Эх, ну здравствуй, король. Слушайте. Станет реально. Теперь стало. Видимо, босс будет выглядеть так. О. И тут не поднимемся обратно, мне не нравится. Если будет сходить пойти. Пройдем. Чё тут? О, здравствуйте. Здравствуйте, молодой человек. Ты что там через стену стреляешь, полубес? Реально через стену пытался. поставим где-то. Что не это все? Да ну изи. А чук есть прям очень легко. Может быть, с оружием, с ближним боем намного сложнее. Но именно вот ближний бой очень такой. Так, через магу, если это вообще. Что ж здесь раз придет надо, а? Я сюда сходить сначала. И там уже можно сходить. А, типа и там пойти. Кто их сожрал? Он сожрал всех этих людей. Обратно проходим. Что стрём так не выглядит? Видимо, много путей прохода. Это идем обратный ход. То есть обратно, по-моему, здесь мы всегда пройдем. После как приятно. Чуть сюда, ладно. Инвестиции, шупана. Почти уже около вулкана прям. Хотя, может быть, даже... Так, может что-то продать можно? Ух ты, купить только все можно. Кольцо, о, кольцо, кстати, крутое. Да? Плюс 10. Урон у нас то же самое. 29. 60. Так, где у нас? Так, плюс 31, да, с ярости больше. 10. Менее большое. И меч у нас тоже крутой, небольшой. Так, а что это еще? Может, съехали что ли? 5000 петров. Где маска-то? Так, ну рапир, да, рапиром. Вот что у нас такая же, считай. Стим у нас так. Понял, понял. Так. Можем одеть себе получше. Интуицию. Стримы смотрите, как Амулетик нужен. Магический взрыв, урон плюс 60. Тогда. Магический щит оставляем. Мне магический щит вообще не нужен. Давайте купим. Так, потом что нам можно? Плащ? Плащ купим. Надо их продать. Оксали морского офицера, жертвенный меч есть какой-то странный. Вот такой есть, вот такой есть, такой надо можно продать. Так, а наставим. Что так можно продать? Давайте на всякий случай оставим. Типа пригодятся. Выносливость тоже, да, не надо. Выносливость второй, когда никого почти не будет, я только место занимаюсь. Так, здесь у нас вообще две одинаковые. Продать это вот разные фракции кончатся. А вот выносливость 1 можно оставить, на самом деле. Выносливость 2 толку никакого. Потому что выносливость на 2, значит выносливость на 3 будет. А один выносливость как бы еще более-менее. Так, это вот эти. Вот здесь все разные уже влияния. Так, перша. Ювелира оставляем. Здесь у нас плюс 1 ремесло. Пока ничего. Ладно, все нафиг. Цель, магический щит. Нет. Кстати, прикольно, то, что когда покупаешь вот какую-то покупаешь себе, она сразу же ставится. Все понятно. Хотя это, по-моему, вес не занимает никакой, да? Это вес. А не берет, смотрите. Понял. Bizarre, 0,6 вес. А так все правильно, тут столько всякого этого говна валяет. По 0,4 чешу. Даже сколько весу за ним это? 5,62 кило. Ну это уже так мало самого. У меня там просто по сотке провалились. Так, это хотел посмотреть на счет 231. Все, погнали. Надо будет, мне кажется, мы не пройдем.
Finally, we've made it to high ground. Now, let's find this trail to the sanctuary. It can't be far from here. Bloodied feathers.
I wouldn't like to meet the bird they belong to.
Looks like Vinbar must have begun his transformation. He will soon become a guardian of the mountains.
Получается, он будет хранителем и лучшим королем. И местные явно нас не будут убить после этого.
More of these giant feathers. We're on the right trail.
Это что? Не, ну не в смысле прям обычный. Типа здесь животные обычных размеров. Не нравится этот проход спереди. Нам как бы налево, да? Но сюда тут может ходить. Сразу куда зловеще, а пока точно не посещаю. Лучше съеб ходить тоже. Давай, где-то.
Over there, more feathers. I need a bit of practice. More of these giant feathers. We're on the right trail.
Каждый раз будет говорить, что огромные перья. Уже поняли, что
We found the entrance to the sanctuary. Vinbar must be here. I hope he'll agree to help us enter the heart of the mountain. All that remains is to find a way to get in. This must be the entrance to Vinbar's sanctuary. But it is obstructed. He knows how to protect his home. A stone altar. It resembles the one that protects the passage to Mev's sanctuary. This must be where I need to place the seed. And here is another altar. Are 2 seeds necessary to open the passage? How can we learn which plant seed is required?
You don't just reveal the secret to your hideout, unless it were to the person you loved.
You are right. We need to find this Sarah. The seed that I have is not enough. I need to find Sarah. She might be able to help. Let's return to the village.
Вообще тоже не понятно, когда типа квест мы не можем пройтись, но показывают, что надо туда, туда прям не можем пройти. И как бы в итоге это можно переключить?
Sarah doesn't seem to have returned to her village. Someone here might know where to find her.
We might as well try and swim the Great Sea. They won't tell us anything.
This woman knows the mountains like the lining of her pocket. If she wants to disappear, there will be no finding her. And might I remind you that my first duty is to protect your cousin?
Yes, that's true. We must find Constantine. The High King can wait.
Все, понял. То есть нам сейчас надо сначала Константин найти. Видимо, она будет где-то там. Вот, видите, сразу видно, куда перемещаться поближе. Такой, ой, как лайфхак, это особенность игры, так надо. Вот, я думаю, может быть, не знаю, там, в принципе, попавшись с места. Можно будет сначала выбрать квест и сразу показываем, где поближе будет. Направо. Конечно, все живут.
Bit of poison on my blade, and let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this fight.
Что надо, вот, а? У нас там маленький хп самый сильный. Даже собирать не буду. Ах, нам уже ничего не надо.
This is the camp that Constantine's escort must have established.
It wasn't a landslide that did this, but combat. A deadly one. I sure hope our little governor has escaped the carnage.
Search the area. Let's see if we can find any clues as to what happened here. This area has been trampled. An entire stampede passed by here. Our soldiers must have fled the area and taken this path followed by their assailants. This is a sacred place of a native cult. No doubt this is where Katasak and Constantine were going. But there are bodies. And without a doubt, there was fighting here. Search the place. Let's see what we are able to find. The corpses of both men and beasts. These soldiers fought dearly to the end. Neither Constantine nor Katasak are amongst them. This blade is a native ritual knife. And this bowl contained a potion. Someone wanted to perform a ritual here. Could Katasak have found a better means to alleviate Constantine's symptoms? A crater, without a doubt caused by an explosive potion. The soldiers might have been carrying them. They must have been desperate to have taken such drastic measures. Constantine and Katasak must have been visiting this place. Perhaps performing some sort of healing ritual. When the attack took place, the soldiers intervened and many fell during the fight, but a group escaped down this path. We need to continue following their tracks.
Либо они похитили нашего
Tracks.
Константина.
Footprints. The ones who got away fled this way. Strange. These trees look half calcinated, as if they were exposed to immense heat. These weapons are in terrible condition. Whatever did these men come up against? Another burnt tree. This path seems to have been scorched in flames.
A bit of poison on my blade, and let's go!
Can't believe that our soldiers could be carrying so many explosive potions. New footprints. It looks as if a group met up with them and took this path. There was more fighting over here. There are not only corpses of our own men. Where could these other soldiers have come from?
These are coin guard. But I couldn't tell you if they served the Bridge Alliance or Ptolemy.
More signs of explosions. But what were they doing with all these explosives on them? There are footprints. Only a handful made it up here. The path stops on this overhang, and despite signs of a skirmish, I can't see any sign of Constantine or Katasak.
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go!
Куда пошел я здесь? Быстрочку поднесла. Многовато. Давай тут херачу, вот уже слабый какой-то. Вот он был мощный, а ты слабенький. Так, хорошо. Давай. Камни помогла.
These rocks were broken, as if they had taken cannon fire. But what could have happened here? I don't recognize these men. Still more unknown soldiers. Could they have been responsible for the attack? This one is carrying a letter. Let's see. According to this note, this troop came from an outpost of the Bridge Alliance close by. A patrol, no doubt. Could the bridge be in some way linked to this attack? That makes no sense. These vials look familiar. Katasak used the very same to stock his potions. He came all the way here. I'm going to pick them up. I recognize this sack. It's my cousin's. Oh, Constantine. What have you gotten yourself into again? Very well. Let's sum things up. Constantine and Katasak definitely came through here to perform some sort of ritual. But they were attacked. An attack obviously involving wild animals. And then there are these traces of inexplicable flames. Could it be magic?
You are thinking of Katasak? Frankly, I doubt that the healer could have transformed himself into an avenging monster. I admit that the attack of these animals is suspicious, but that he had any part of it.
I know. I'm not able to convince myself either. But which other Donegad could have attacked? Regardless of who is guilty, I must find my cousin. Perhaps we could return to Wenxavier in order to learn more. Katasak may have returned there. His Voglindaig might be able to tell us where to find him. We are also going to have to visit the outpost. Their soldiers participated in the combat. Or at least the end of it. They must have some stories to tell us.
I doubt that the Alliance would have decided to openly attack their ally. Don't forget that they owe their continued presence on the island to you.
And thanks to you, too. But their men were there on the cliff. And Constantine is no longer among us. Maybe those men are still loyal to the preceding commander. However, one way or another, Constantine is in danger. Let us be on our way without further delay.
Так, что мы имеем? Сходить сюда, да? Идем сюда зачем? Близко? Как же прям сюда история. Вот там как-то стало. Заходим. Так, все здесь налезть, как раз налево на ходу. Что-то пройдется. Огонь нас портит. Понятно, мы не горим. Нормально. Чем подумаешь, огонь, что тут? Должны ли мы гореть? Там не нашли. Там вот на самом деле, конечно, по идее мы должны как-то хотя бы там не гореть. Ну просто точно сразу так. Как многие игры любят делать. Кстати, помню. Так. Чего надо ближе? Опа. И ваншот. Это самый жирный гейм. Что там за чё, блядь? Просто так? Пошли нас в заставу. Здесь как-то комментарий. Нифига себе всего. Давай ему. Так народ опять скияшки вот так. Знаем, что они там делали, что они. Прекрасно они что такого не скажешь, когда пиши, там был там пожар, там животные. В любом случае типа того. Ты можешь сказать, что убить.
Colonials? You must have gotten lost to have come this far from nowhere. To whom do I owe the honor?
De Sardet. I am legate of the congregation of merchants on this island.
A legate? Here? Pardon my dismay, but we don't get many official sorts around here. Captain Idris. I am the ranking officer in charge of this Bridge Alliance outpost. What can I do for you, milady?
I am looking for Constantin d'Orsay, the island governor of the congregation of merchants.
A governor? Here? Whatever would he be doing in this rattle?
My cousin was part of an expedition in this region. His men and his camp were attacked. They nearly all died. But we found no trace of his body, which has us hoping that he may still be alive, wounded and holding up somewhere, or even captured.
Have you cast your suspicions in our direction? I hope this is a joke. We've had neither reinforcements nor supplies for weeks. In my book, we've been totally forgotten. I wouldn't risk the few lives remaining to attack a governor's camp. I'm not crazy. I'm truly sorry for your cousin, Excellency, but we haven't seen him. And we definitely haven't kidnapped him. The region is dangerous. The natives are heartless. You should be looking in their direction.
You do know that we found the bodies of several men from the garrison up there, don't you?
How could you be sure?
One of them was carrying a note, signed by your hand.
And they are dead. I had hoped they'd have survived and would eventually return.
Explain yourself, Captain. What were your men doing on the cliff top?
They were monitoring the zone. They were to warn us of any troop movements. We have lost too many men to surprise attacks. We decided to take initiative and be ready. Yesterday, we heard screams and saw some strange lights up there. But I was hoping...
And you didn't go and see for yourself? You hear screams, certainly those of your own men, and you don't do anything.
So the last of my men give up their lives for nothing as well? You can think of me as a coward if you like. But me, I'm taking no more unnecessary risks.
Why do I have the feeling that you're holding something back from me? I can see how difficult your present situation has become. I'm certain you haven't been paid either for quite some time. I cannot solve all of your problems. But what would you say if I took care of that one at least?
A little gold would certainly improve the morale of my men. One of the men I'd posted there returned during the night.
A survivor? Excellent. Did he tell you what happened?
He wasn't able to say a word. He collapsed unconscious 2 steps past the doorway. Our nurse sits with him, but there is little hope that he will come back to himself. His wounds are extremely serious. He's just refusing to die.
I am sorry to hear that, Captain. Perhaps we could do something for him.
Go and see the nurse. Perhaps you can do something to help the poor boy. I can't take it anymore. To lose another man. Anything else?
I need to be going.
What are you doing there? This is an infirmary.
I know. I've come to see the wounded soldier. The captain told me you might need my help.
That is very kind of him. But alas, it's a little late.
What are you saying? Is the soldier...
No, he still lives. But I've been asking the captain for weeks to escort me on a mission to replenish my stocks. I no longer have a single remedy. And now that we have a wounded patient, I can only wipe water on his brow and hope.
Do you know what type of remedy would allow him to survive?
Yes, at least I think so. It's a known potion that heals burns.
I see. Give me the recipe. We'll go and see that it's prepared for you.
Thank you. Because of you.
Да, давай уже быстрее. Зелье это жоп. Что прямо надо прямо зелье это жоп смотреть. У нас же есть. Подвиньте. Ну, ты не понял. Провода затевают. Как добыть противоядие? А, их надо собрать. Значит, мне нужен этот. А вот здесь есть. Какая-то есть. У нас по-любому хватит, у нас всего. Да, у нас по-любому хватит. Парочку там сделаем, десяточку. Чтобы были вдруг не понадобится когда-нибудь. У нас фокус все есть. Кому отдать надо?
Were you able to concoct the potion against burns?
Yes, I was. Might we administer it?
Give it to me. I'll take care of this. We must wait and be patient now.
Will he make it?
I hope so. We'll know soon enough. This potion is extremely potent.
And if he survives, when could we speak to him?
Come back tomorrow at the...
Very well.
See you soon. And...
Пока сходим. Таски на следующую. Какие перемеси? Перемеси. Потом сходим к чему-то. Пока сходим по всему, где может быть. Таз. Там шаман. Который мы остался. Что-то далеко. Очень могли да поставить телепорт. В каждом этом времени и то есть телепорт. А вот этих разделенных людей это телепорт. Ой, что смотреть. Давайте как мы сделали. Получается, островитянины... Да что? Так, не понял, что у нас тут говорить надо. Столько места, как хер. Тоже не можно пройти. Здесь тоже не можно сделать. Пошли поговорим. Мы можем видеть где-то. Он шаг сидит и прям перед глазами говорит, Петрус прям пистол.
I've heard stories of your exploits. Thank you for all you've done. It's unusual for us to be offered aid. It seems my Tiern was right. How can I help?
Katasak has disappeared. Would you have an idea?
What? But my Tiern followed you to help you. How would I know where to find him?
I don't know exactly what happened, but he took my cousin to a particular place. A place to perform a ritual. Their escort was attacked. Decimated by beasts and by magic. And my cousin and Katasak have disappeared.
And you believe that the Tiern has taken your cousin and killed his soldiers? Your heart must beat in shadow to believe that the man who offered you his hand only did so in order to better betray you.
We have completely misunderstood each other. Your master appeared to me a good and generous man. But isn't it possible that he would have wanted to hide with my cousin if they were wounded? What if they hid themselves somewhere and are in need of help? I beg you, we must find them.
Your words say one thing and your heart says another. I feel your doubt like worms in a fruit. I do not trust you.
Listen, for now I'm not accusing anyone. But the circumstances are troubling. Wild creatures attacking in an uncharacteristic manner. Magic. And even these vials I found on the battlefield.
You do not accuse with word, but in your heart you have cast your judgment. My master left us to follow you. He went inside your city that has no bond to attempt to save your cousin. He disappears with him and with your soldiers, and you dare return here to dirty his name and his kindness.
No, it's not that.
I will not allow you to cast shadows upon the head of the Tiern a moment more.
Put poison on my blade. Then let's go! To my help! And death to the other!
That is enough. I did not come here to fight with you, but only to find answers to my questions. My cousin is in danger, and your master is certainly also. Help us find them.
But I do not know where they can be found. I do not know how I can help you.
There may be a way. I found these vials of potion on the battlefield. Do they belong to your master?
They could very well, but let me see them closely. No, they are not his. This potion does not seem like any of those my master prepares. I do not know this smell. The plants used to make it do not come from here. Another Donegad must be implicated, but none that I know would attack Katasach. May the trees protect us. Who would attack the water that heals, the earth that feels? They must be in grave danger.
Yes. I sincerely hope that we will find them. That they are alive and well.
When you have discovered anything?
I have to go.
Ой, еще прикрепил сообщение. Пошли обратно, да? Может, этот чувак там выздоровел уже. Да, 20 по-любому уже выздоровел. Мне кажется, опять ты здесь. Мозоль глаза мне. Такая фишка уже бывает, то что когда перемещаясь между картами, попадаешь в место, где там находится, если вы знаете, что это за игра, напишите.
Hello, soldier. How are you doing?
Better. A lot better. Are you the one who saved me? The nurse told me.
I simply prepared the potion that she told me how to make. Nothing more. Could you tell me what happened during the attack?
I will try. They're not really memories I'm fond to bring back. A lot of my friends died up there. We were posted up on the peak to follow rebel movement. It had been a couple of days when we heard sounds of fighting not far from our position. Men were screaming in our own language. So we went to see what was happening. Soldiers of the Coin Guard and an islander were trying to protect a young man. He seemed dire ill.
Konstantin Katasak and his escort. Who were they fighting against?
Dozens of wild animals. They seemed completely enraged and intent on devouring them. And there were flames.
Flames? Where were they coming from?
I don't know. My friends and all the soldiers fell one after the other. I didn't see everything. All was blood and confusion with beasts and fire. But I thought I saw another islander. Big. He's the one who took the sickened man. There was practically no one left on the battlefield. I was wounded and I passed out. I came to when I heard voices of islanders approaching. Rebels. I thought to myself, they're coming to finish off the wounded. I got up with difficulty and fled. I dragged myself here. And you know the rest.
I'm going to have to go and find these rebels.
You shouldn't do that. They killed all of my friends. You take a great risk.
That's enough. Rest now. You're still far.
Yes. I'll have a word with your captain.
Excellency, I was told that you saved my soldier. Thank you. You can't imagine what this means to us.
Please, I did nothing more than follow the instructions your nurse...
Did you learn what you needed to learn?
Yes. I was able to question your man, and he told me what he saw. He and his company heard sounds of the attack. My cousin's escort were nearly annihilated by animals that jumped out from all sides. A strange sorcerer controlled them. It was he that...
One of those rebel savages, no doubt. And they must have learned that an important man was in the region and thought he would make the perfect dust. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. I know where the camp can be found, and if my cousin is there...
Like you freed the scholars. You're a good thank you again.
I need to be going.
I would very much like...
Если пройти, то никак, да, то прям вообще вам там вот. Да, кстати, там тут лагерь, он плохо относится. Вот здесь, по-моему, освобождали жутко этих ученых, как раз из этого лагеря, там, они убили. И репутация там такая себе. Хотя можно переместиться там, да? Лагерь. Штаты. Что переместился? Надо это. О, прям квест показывает. О, ну уже здесь. Так быстрее будешь. Нужно будет попать. Да, шпок, кстати, вообще в него не особо не играет. Не особо не. Я знаю, что у нас просто так не послушало. Даже чего там? Зачем здесь зелье? Надо пройти, по-моему. Там есть отход прям в главное здание. Сейчас мы пройдем здесь. И стоят, да. Сейчас обойдем прям сразу в главное здание. Звоним их вообще очень сложно. Деревень. Чего ты застрял? Я не вижу, не сходит. Добрый вечер.
Hello. Renaigse, there you are again. What do you want?
To speak to you about my cousin's capture and the massacre of his escort. A soldier from the nearby outpost survived and told us that you were present on the battlefield.
You dare come here and accuse us of taking him? Let me throw him out this Renaigse and his ilk therein. May they receive this punishment for their arrogance.
I know that you see us as your enemies, but we are not here to harm you. I only seek to find the man I consider to be my brother, as well as the man who was protecting him. Katasak, one of your greatest Donegad.
No Donea Exregal would attack Katasak.
If you didn't attack him, you must know what happened to them. I was told that an islander took my cousin away. Perhaps your men were there to aid them.
We do not have your cousin, and we do not know what happened to him. As for Katasak, and the worst, Tire, he died from his wounds. That night, we heard the sounds of a terrible combat. The ground shook all the way to our homes. We went to see, but we arrived too late. The last breath of Katasak had returned to the wind when we arrived there, and many of the Renaigse were dead. We could do no more. We carried the body of the Donegad and brought it here.
He gave his life to protect Constantine. May he rest in peace. This request might surprise you, but we would like to see him.
Why? What do you want to do with him, Renaigse?
Examine him, to understand what killed him. We were told that an island native was there, and that he likely led the attack.
No Donea Exregal would attack Katasak. You have been lied to, or they were mistaken.
That is the very reason I need to see his body. To understand.
You may see him. But if you desecrate his body, you will pay for this offense with your life.
Я помню, мы сходили видите. Что, тут просто валяется на земле? А, где этот убил чувак?
Katasak. Seeing the state of his body, I hate myself for having suspected him. Forgive me, Donegad, to have doubted your loyalty. And even more for what we are about to do. Now then. Let's see what story this corpse has to tell. The corpse retains the marks of a bludgeoning. There are large bruises all over it. I can see no wounds that could be attributed to a blade or musket shot. The main wound is found on the chest, which was crushed by something tremendous, to the extent that the skin has been torn, and the ribs are in pieces and the organs punctured. The edges of the wound are singed and smell of burnt flesh. There is a powdery spot on this wound, as if from ash or dusty gravel. Katasak bore the brunt of this attack of incredible force. I would venture to say it was inhuman. I can only imagine one thing that would have inflicted such a wound. It's as if an enormous burning stone hit him right in the center of the chest. And seeing as how the bodies of the soldiers we found were sporting wounds of a similar nature, we can deduce that we are tracking a man or a creature capable of using molten rock as a weapon. We still don't really know who is actually behind this attack. nor what they want. Judging by the severity of these wounds, I fear the worst for Constantine.
All your experiments. You've learned so little. You've learned to fear. Your instincts should have been enough.
We had to at least try. Are you not even concerned? Or angered by what happened to Katazak?
We've grown accustomed to the loss of lives. Your relentless attacks and incessant treacheries. All the same, there is truth in your words. This attack is out of place. Guardian and Donegad would never attack one another. There is a ritual that might help us. Anatalas Fair.
The Anatalas Fair? What is it? Tell me more.
It is a magical rite that only a person with a powerful bond to both spirits and nature can perform. It allows the Donegad who chants it to relive the last moments of an Onol Manawi.
That would allow us to at least see the face of his assassin.
If what I have heard is true, yes. To my knowledge, only one Donegad still living knows the ritual.
Let's ask her for her help then. She might be able to tell us what has become of Constantine.
You are quick to ask another to put her mind in danger for your own concerns. Imagine the pain of the wounds of another, shaking your body as the cold of death crushes your beating heart. This is what you must ask of the Tiernahach. It is the price she must pay for performing the ritual. When her companion was lost in battle, fighting against your own, she wanted to live that death beside her. Since that day, our Tiernahach Kadaktas has never breathed air with the same breath.
That would explain her distrust of the colonials.
You must make her see your purpose. It may be the only way you are going to learn the fate of your cousin.
Ну, короче, в итоге нам сюда надо ее попросить об этом. Уже переместиться. Так, тут рядом. Опа. То, что у нас очень хорошая энергичная может, да? Чем пролазить через такие дырочки. Перемещаемся, но куда? А еще дальше, блин. Если мы на той стороне острова вообще будем как бы находиться, у нас получается мы как бы на том конце острова вообще не будем. Здесь смысл его Константина? Серьезно? А, вот тут, блин. Добрый вечер, без вечера. Только это. Где-то мы что-то уже видели.
Hello, Nev. Renoixe, why have you come here again?
Не настроенных нам.
I've come to ask for your help.
My help? You still seek the remedy for the sickness on your island? Or are you looking for something else?
My cousin has been taken, and I've been told that you could help me.
Truly? And in what way?
By performing the Anatalas Fair on the body of Katazak the Donegad.
Katazak is dead. Under Vush Dire. This is a great tragedy. He was a good man. Perhaps the best of us all. How did this happen?
He went with my cousin to a sacred site when they were attacked. My cousin has disappeared, taken according to a witness. And Katazak suffered terrible wounds. We examined him, and it seemed as if he had been struck by molten rock.
Fire of the earth? Only the Nadaig Manemen have the power to wield it. But none of our own would have attacked Katazak.
This is why we need your help. We want to understand and to find who's responsible.
And you will avenge the dead as you have avenged my wound in the past. Very well, Renoixe. I will help you. And I also wish to gain understanding. Our island wails in suffering. Many Sinol Menawi have died. The Anatalas Fair may kill me, but at least I will know.
You will need to act as my Voglendaig and bring to me the necessary ingredients while I prepare.
What do you require?
A potion. And listen and remember, or write in your language what I shall tell you. Do not forget, the viscera of the scavengers must be taken from a place near the battlefield, because they contain the flesh of those who fell. As for the personal object of Katasach, find his weapon, because it knew his fury and his despair.
He didn't have a weapon when I found his body. I'll search the battlefield.
Where can I find him?
In Doren's camp. She recovered him after the battle.
Very well. Not far from there is a sacred circle. You'll find me there when you have united all that I need. Then we can perform the ritual when the moon is high.
I'll go and get the ingredients.
Safe.
Пошли к лагерю. Узнаем, все у нас есть. Они у нас будет у нас внутри палочку. Потому что надо в любом случае идти на место этого. Там уже знаем. Есть что-то. Сейчас посмотрим, может быть. Минуты с пальчиком. Нет. Куда? Собрать. Найти оружие кататься. А еще я оружие. Пошли искать на поле битвы обратно, короче. Петруса. Я не могу на этого Петруса смотреть. Господи. Меня прям бесит Петрус. Так пёр. Знаешь, как он влился в нашу команду. Дерьмо. Немножко не в том месте, как ты имеешь. Зачем ты выдал? Ты что, не сдох? Думаю, он сдох. Так, а вот сюда. Сокращенный путь.
And death to the others! Take a potion if you want to cast more spells.
Или может надо вот их собрать? Живых? Нет, вряд ли. Умер. Никого ничего. Что-то пошли повыше. Опа, Иван, опа. Искать именно те живот, которые мертвые уже лежат. Может быть там, кстати, которые там живые были, мы их там убили, кстати. Наверное, встретил. Что ж мы живые, красиво. Почему я не исполняю тебя? А, потому что я камень сфинтировать.
Drink a potion.
Вот что силы там. Пополнили силу, говорит. Я без тебя. Еще живой. Здесь немножко очень легко сделано из-за того, что здесь не надо целиться, ничего. То есть, если бы здесь сделали, что магия прям реально самому целиться, попадать, то есть было бы очень сложно играть. Тут получается у нас по сути.
I recognize this weapon. It's Katasax, I'm certain. It must have been broken during the battle. Let's take it back to Mev.
Надо. А, это самое место, где я говорю, там какой-то ритуал какие-то. Вы там какие-то ритуалы проводят. То самое место. Давайте канал. Скачать. Вот, мы можем характеристики скачать. Можно скачать духовную силу еще. Магию, либо ловкость. Давайте его вкачать надо. Надо мечи, чтобы были еще более-менее нормальные. Потому что с магией тоже такое себе. Хотя бы как надо зря сделать. Ну я уже никого не убью, никто и ничего не читаю, либо они нет. Да, это по-моему. 20. Ой. Жалко, корпе уже мало. По сути, как бы удобно. Я не понимаю, зачем здесь вообще нужно пало. Ну, вообще лишнее. Может, как бы здесь можно раздавать указания, я так не нашел. Я просто не нуждаюсь. Спокойно можно и так себе убивать.
Were you able to find the elements I need for the ritual?
Yes. Here is what you asked me to bring.
This is good. But the moon is not yet high enough. Would you like to wait with me?
Yes. I will keep you company.
Sit then in that case. And remain silent. I'm...
А, там взяли выпил. Ничего себе притащили. Что они какой-то пункт делали?
Katasar, we have come to learn the truth of your death. Ato alkom frangaui brandi, olehana memen adestame haman. Baravridenan tahanemo quate grenpem. Linkui damdaren out te da hodos. Lemat, de tahawan kloisam. De talugedon velam. De taragam buledam. De tatamenam reloidan. De talamen kantebedam. En antelam verfrachtan.
Katasak, help me, please.
А, типа она как он.
Show no fear. I do not think he means you any harm.
What is this? This monster? Why is it attacking us?
I don't know. I don't understand. It is as if it seeks you out. It wants you.
You never should have done that, Katasach. To save one, Renaikse, you put us all in great peril. His spirit is different. He recedes badly. You have woven the bond of the Deathbringer.
What is happening to you? Get a hold of yourself. Come on.
I cannot believe it. He has returned.
Who has?
Finbar. The High King. We thought he was dead. He disappeared months ago.
Is he the attacker? And what of Constantine? Have you seen a young blonde-haired man? He was sickly.
Yes. The golden-haired was there. And he was afraid. Katasach protected him before he was killed by Finbar. Leave me now. I am very tired.
How are you feeling?
Better. What are you going to do now?
If I want to have any hope of finding Constantine, I must follow Vinbar. I have no choice. I will need to return to his sanctuary in the north of the island. He must be hiding there.
You know where he is?
Yes, but I wasn't able to enter. I have one seed, but I need another.
Vinbar is a very powerful Donegad, as well as being the High King. He has access to knowledge that even I cannot attain. He has seen the true face of Enol Mil Frichtim. His secrets must be well kept. And he would only have shared them with those he loved the most.
Yes. I must find Sarah. She is certainly the only one to know which seed is needed. Thank you, Mev. You have helped us greatly.
Do not thank me. I have not done this for you, but for Katasach. In order to satisfy my curiosity, I betrayed my king. You will find him and confront him, no doubt. All that remains for me to do is to pray that I have done nothing that cannot be fixed.
Farewell, Mev.
Так, отлично. Не очень-то отлично, но мы все узнали. Так, пошли обратно. Ну, пойдем искать первый. Он нас закрыл в этом подземелье. Значит, она нас явно не взлюбила, либо этот самый Винбар решил убить всех нас, людей, которые проводились приехали. Вот этих бесед. Она, видимо, это знает. То есть он с ним вкусно. Поэтому она нас там закрыла, стала нас убирать. Хотя, с другой стороны, как бы вообще по мне. Я только смотрю. Так. Способ открыть. Мне надо найти же эту стену. Блин, как поставить-то? Тут держишь. Какие убежища? А, вот, отлично. Так, ну давай, ладно. Посмотрим, что есть. Здесь, по идее, даже семена не положить надо. Чтобы пойти дальше. Чтобы пройти, чтобы показать семена, нужно пройти к этой.
I can find the missing seed. The passage will not open up.
Да, да, да. А, ну да, нам как бы застила.
Until I can find the missing seed, the passage will not open up.
Находится чудовище. Еще есть. Ой, блин, троёх пал. Ошибись, я упал. Обратно. Конечно, нужно искать первым.
Until I can find the missing seed, the passage will not open up.
Пошли ее искать, что делать-то? Нужно ее найти. Что-то, ребята, какие-то
And
все
so you
сдохли.
have left the cavern, Renaigse. And here you are again.
I have no idea why you suddenly decided to shut us in there. But it matters little. I must know what second seed is required to open the door to the sanctuary. Now, more than ever, we must find Vinbar. He slew Katasak, and he holds my cousin captive.
Vinbar would not have killed Katasak. He respected him. And why would he bother with your cousin?
I have no idea why, but I know this to be true. The Tiana Hakadactus revealed this to me. Would you accuse her of lying?
No. You are the one who lies, like all the other Renaigse. And I thought that I could trust you. I should never have let you enter the cavern. And even less have allowed you to leave there alive. 8 more!
A bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go! Up to my house!
Подождите секунду. Вот здесь. Все, ребята. Нам хана. Кто-то живой остался? Те померли, ребята. О, не сами виноваты. Я что я сделал? Сами полезли. Никакой. Без выносливости, без всего. Плохо, может быть, слезами. Так, мне уже семечки, да? Семек первый. Остальным, главное, пофиг, подумаешь, мы их тут собрать. Ничего страшного, тут каждый день такой. Все изи. Способ открыть проход. Все, мы нашли способ. Это было слишком легко, на самом деле. Я думаю, сейчас будет тут полдня ее искать, что-нибудь тут делать, там, квесты выполнять, что там. Странное тём.
We have both seeds. The ritual should work.
Почему она решила нас убить, понятно? Им на всякий случай. Хотя, думаю, и так сохранить прошло. Все, надо найти Константина, где-то здесь. И он принес его сюда. И он, скорее всего, уже превратился в эту. Посмотрим, может здесь еще какой-то алтарь, да? Просто какой-то будет не способ быстро спуск. Вот главное на это время разработчикам было, что там сделать быстро спуск. То есть, да, чтобы открытый мир сделали. Я, конечно, это весело, поверь. Ну, вроде еще сегодня. Куда интереснее это. То, что мы видели, рисунок. Вот здесь. Ось. Сейчас прилетит сюда. Чувствовал здравствуй, чувак. Что делать? Гонит его, что ли? Чтобы типа эта болезнь не распространялась?
King Vinbar! Why? Constantine didn't do anything. He has never sought to wrong your people in any way.
Like a worm he burrows. You are so naive. You cannot see with my eyes. Enol milk
Aufrichtige men saw the wound. From atop the volcano, he warned me of the danger. Fed by bitterness, driven by desire, taking without giving, he will be the end of us all.
You have gone completely mad.
Take it! You are too blind, too renaixed to understand.
Leave him!
Попал у нас, да? Старайся. Ладно, серьезно, это, блядь, бот? Шар. Ой, нет, ну это сейчас по-любому он играет.
That's enough. Free him.
I cannot. Oh, source of life.
Вот
Free him.
Сейчас писать его убивать, конечно, придется.
Oh, damn it.
Началось. Мог он превращаться, может, сам, когда хочет. А просто тоже потому, что он умирал уже. Нет, о нем уже рассказал, он может превращаться, когда хочет. Поэтому, видимо, он король. Ну ладно, проходит вообще. Бля, ты чё? Кого летает? Я же их даже не видел. В смысле? Уже всех убил наш. Ребята, все, они сдохли. Да как вы пол-то? Это серьезно. Пипец, он плохо, ребята, он быстрый. Можно его заплатить? Алло, игра! Блин, как вообще? Ты мразь. Хорош, блин. Почему его не сбил? Хорош. У него урон очень низкий. Тихо. Надо, чтобы как всегда по фулу были. Ну тоже атака сводящаяся. Сколько еще попал? И открывать не давай. Пойдешь. Если пойдешь, будет больно. Так, вот этот босс хорош, на экстремальной сложности вообще прям. Причем мне кажется, что он еще там не до конца превратился. Ха-ха-ха. Не летел? Надо накопить, попробовать его бурить. Чтобы это было. Чё разлился-то? А, не увернешься, мразь теперь. Ой-ой. И давай. Чё, мразь? А, его не проходит урон сейчас. Он дерьмо. Чё к нему урон не проходит? Да, сука. Дай ударь. Дила. Прибежали мои чуваки такие, короче.
Константин, wake up, please, I beg you.
По сути, мы, конечно, убили его, спасли, а то...
Hang on. We're bringing you home to get you healed.
Весь, считай, болен, все равно болезнь никак в итоге. Ну, это хотя бы был реально сложный киборг. Здесь снова пошли с первого раза, ну... Игрушка, в принципе, она больше на прохождение, на сюжет, чем на сложность именно.
3 days have passed since we returned. I need to go to the palace to see if Constantine has finally awoken.
Можно топать-то. Он 3 дня в коме лежал. Вроде ничего есть.
You should get some rest. You're not being reasonable.
Что?
To hell with reason. I've rested long, and I'm well enough.
You've just barely woken from a stupor that had you on death's doorstep. The affairs of state can certainly wait another day.
Thank you, my lady, but I am amazingly well. You can take leave of me with no fear, I assure you.
He just escaped a deathly sleep, and here he is, ready to conquer the world. Your cousin is exasperating.
What now? Are you going to scold me as well?
No. I'm just relieved to see you're still alive.
I'm quite relieved myself, actually. Thank you, fair cousin. Without you, I would be dead thrice, wouldn't I? Or is it the 4th time? If we start counting the time you stopped me from climbing the ramparts of Serene, we'd be up to 5 times now.
It's unbelievable. You feel no pain whatsoever. And your complexion.
I haven't even taken a look at myself. Is the improvement visible?
I would not go that far. How is it that... What happened?
Don't make that face. It's merely a major miracle. Come on now. I'm going to tell you everything. We have been waiting for your return. I knew you would do everything in your power. I have always trusted you, but Katasak feared that I would not hold on long enough. He spoke to me about a ritual that would help me. I was excited about it, and in spite of all that has happened, I don't regret following him. We went to the ancient site, a place full of magic. I followed his instructions, and all of a sudden, what an incredible sensation. I felt better than I have ever felt, cousin. Alas, we had very little time to celebrate. Cries came to our ears, and beasts jumped all over us. We fled for a while, as other soldiers fought through, creating a path to join us. But I can see from your face that you know this already.
Indeed. Once on the ritual site, I followed your tracks and deduced what had happened. It seems that Vimbar was targeting you specifically. Did he say anything to you?
I was still very weak, and most of the time he whispered in his own language. It seemed that he was speaking to someone and following his orders. But there was no one other than us, cousin. The crazy madman must have been hearing voices.
Do you have any idea why he didn't kill you? Like the others?
No, not really. It seemed like he was trying to tell me something, though. He spoke about isolating me from the world, that I couldn't return to the Earth. It made absolutely no sense. But aren't you happy that he let me live?
Don't speak foolishly. Of course. I just want to understand.
Может, он как-то типа его там душу как-то запрятал, что типа, не знаю.
Tell me more about this ritual. What did it consist of?
It is, I think, a ritual that the Donegada practice to bind themselves to the island.
Donegada? Katasak taught you their language?
Just a few words. He wanted me to learn, to understand, but we had so little time. So we visited this infamous site, where he prepared for me a sort of potion. What ceremony! I had to cut my hand in front of an enormous stone, and there, a gigantic beast came and started circling around me. It was incredible. I truly felt a bond with that place. Like a wave came through me, as if the power of the island was running through my veins. It was marvelous. And now I am on Olmanawi, like you. Even if the Malachor left me a few of its marks. But you had to encounter the god of the island, didn't you? How was Enonmil Flicterman?
Yes, I passed a trial for that. But the only one who could guide me to the sanctuary is dead.
Oh no. Do not tell me.
And yes, only the High King can open the sanctuary, according to Glendan. I have no choice but to return to see him. I'm certain they are going to name a successor. Constantine.
My adorable cousin. I am always...
I must take my leave.
Take care.
Так, ну, походу, Константин станет нам врагом. Он, мне кажется, превратится в такое же чудовище. Если он просто не понял, что ему говорил этот шаман, которого он привел, то он, скорее всего, недоумел его прямо стать правителем. Типа ты будешь жить, берешь, ты станешь жить дальше. Может быть, и зря я его привел. Ну, мне кажется, по-другому его привел. Можно я перемещить? Пишите в совет. Сейчас они будут принимать решение, видимо. А потом кто следующий? Король. Король.
Good day, Glendan.
Beort Tirtomat, currents of Katasach. We learned of his death. Andevosht Tire.
Alas, his was not the only tragic loss. Your High King Vinbar is also dead. He was taken by folly. He went away into the mountains after killing Katasak and capturing my cousin. Nothing I could say would allow him to see reason.
Are you telling me that you were the one who killed him? What happened? How could a friend of Katasak do such a horrible thing?
I am sorry, but your High King did not leave me the choice. He was about to kill my cousin, and then he attacked me. He was becoming a guardian, a Nadaig. Perhaps it was for that reason he lost possession of his wits.
I believe you. You have sufficiently proven your friendship. But something escapes me. Why? Why would Vinbar have done such a thing? His offering to Tiafradi does not justify what he did.
You know that I wished to see Enon Milfrichteman, and he was the only one with the power to allow me to do so. I would not have caused his death voluntarily. Believe me, I am just as sorry as you.
Andevosht Tire. We will celebrate his memory as well as those of all the members of our council that have fallen. Bloodnit, Katasak, and now our High King. These are dark times, but in spite of our mourning, we must elect a new High King. The children of Tiafradi cannot remain without a guide.
All the more so in these troubled times. I will notify the Mal of all the clans, so that they may know to travel here.
Who has a chance of being elected, in your opinion?
Deirdre is powerful, and many clans would follow her. The wisdom of Dunkas will also attract support from many. And there is also Ulan, a clever fox who is very capable of convincing the entire world with his honey-dripping words.
Deirdre, Dunkas, and Ulan. I must convince them to help me if they are elected.
I suppose. I must begin the...
Так, можешь пойти поговорить с ним?
I must leave.
Так, ладно, пойти к чувакам, всем, кого могут выбрать. И типа... решиться. Проще говоря. Так, в принципе, что? На сегодня закончим. Было довольно-таки познавательное прохождение. Много всего произошло в этом прохождении, что мы спасли нашего Константина, узнали, убили Верховного Короля всех этого племени. И, в общем, уже продолжим в следующих сериях. Всем большое спасибо за просмотр. Все, кто посмотрит после эфира, ставьте лайк, подписывайтесь на канал, будет дальнейшее прохождение. Также прохождение различных других игр интересных. А так, всем спасибо, всем пока.